ITCA IMS Module 1 Introduction to Information Management Systems. Hey there, welcome to ITCA Information Management Systems course. If this is your first time here, we're kicking off a course that takes you step by step into the world of managing information in today's digital age. If you haven't watched the course introduction yet, I highly recommend checking it out first. It gives you the big picture. For now, let's jump straight into Module 1, Introduction to Information Management Systems. By the end of this module, you'll understand what information really is, what an IMS does, and why it's so critical in organizations today. And yes, we're going to keep this practical, engaging, and relevant, especially with the growing importance of information security in everything we do. Let's dive in. Lesson 1.1, Understanding Information in the Digital Age. Before we talk about systems, let's pause for a moment. What exactly is information? We hear the word all the time, but do we truly know what it means? Here's the thing. Data is raw facts and figures. Think 35 degrees Celsius, John Doe, or 2025. Information is data with meaning, like the temperature in Lagos on September 17th, 2025 is 35 degrees Celsius. Knowledge is when you understand that information and use it. For instance, since it's 35 degrees Celsius, we should schedule field work early in the morning to avoid heat stress. I like to use this analogy. Data is like raw ingredients. Information is the recipe. Knowledge? That's the actual meal you get to enjoy. Now that makes sense, right? But information isn't just about words and numbers, it powers the world around us. Businesses use it to track sales and plan campaigns. Healthcare professionals depend on it for accurate diagnosis. Schools use it to measure student performance. Governments rely on it to design policies that affect millions of lives. And here's the truth. If we don't manage information well, decisions become slow, risky, and often wrong. So why is managing information so important? Well, for three main reasons. It avoids information overload by filtering out the noise. It saves time and costs by automating routine processes. And it opens doors to innovation. Think AI, big data, advanced analytics. And let's not forget, in this era of cyber threats, security is part of that story too. Before we move on, a quick activity for you. Think of 3 examples of information you came across today, maybe an email, a weather update, or a bank alert. What decisions did that information help you make? Write them down, or better yet, share them in the comments below. Now that we know what information is, let's take things one step further. How do organizations actually manage it all? That brings us to Lesson 1.2, What is an Information Management System, IMS? So, what exactly is an information management system? Simply put, it's a structured framework that combines people, processes, and technology to collect data, process it into meaningful information, store it securely, make it accessible when and where it's needed. In other words, it makes sure the right people get the right information at the right time securely. But what exactly does an IMS do? Here are the core functions. Data collection. From systems, sensors, websites, you name it. Storage. In databases, data warehouses, or the cloud. Processing and organization. Cleaning, analyzing, structuring data. Access and sharing. Reports, dashboards, automated alerts. Security and compliance. Making sure no unauthorized person sneaks in where they shouldn't. And this last part, security, is a big deal. Because as much as information fuels growth, if it falls into the wrong hands, it can become a serious risk. Now, maybe you're wondering, how's this different from old-school paper systems? Well, compare filing cabinets to cloud storage, manual searches to instant retrieval, physical locks to advanced encryption. Digital IMS wins hands down, faster, cheaper, safer, and way more collaborative. And these aren't just abstract concepts, they're real systems you've probably interacted with. Electronic health records in hospitals, point-of-sale systems in retail stores, learning management systems in schools, enterprise resource planning systems in companies. All of them keep information organized, accessible, and secure. Okay, so now we know what an IMS is, but why does it matter so much? Let's talk about that next. Lesson 1.3, Importance and Objectives of IMS. An IMS isn't just nice to have, it's essential. Here's why. It improves efficiency by automating tasks. It supports better decision-making with real-time insights. It ensures compliance with data protection laws like GDPR. And it gives organizations a competitive advantage in a world that runs on data. At the same time, the objectives of IMS are clear. Improve accessibility, enhance accuracy, ensure security, support collaboration, enable scalability as the organization grows. Security, again, runs through all of this, because in today's digital age, protecting data isn't optional, it's a necessity. Quick recap. Before we wrap up, let's summarize what we've learned. Data becomes information when it gains meaning, and knowledge when it's understood and used. An IMS manages information throughout its entire life cycle, from collection to security. The goal? Save time, improve decisions, and protect valuable data. Mini quiz. Your turn now. Drop your answers in the comments. Define information in your own words. List 3 objectives of an IMS. Name 1 IMS example each for healthcare, business, and education. And that's Module 1. Up next is Module 2, Core Concepts and Components of IMS. Trust me, you don't want to miss it, because we'll explore how information moves across systems and how to keep it safe along the way. Remember to like, share, and subscribe so you stay updated when the next module drops. This is ITCA, Information Management Systems. See you in Module 2.